because whoever's handling that now either has multiple responsibilities, which is a problem, right? Or they're so inundated because they're just one person, not 10, or one person, not 100, whatever the math was on personnel, that, they can only get through so many in a day, right? And is it even deemed priority? Is it a high, medium, or low priority? They've seen the email from me and 100 other companies, but it's deemed low priority. So they're like, I'll get to it when I get to it because my supervisor tells me it's a low priority item. It's like they're doing their job and they're doing the best of their ability. So I'm not mad at anybody in particular. I'm just like, hey, this document we're supposed to receive, where is it? So little bit of a little bit of a problem on that one. Not really happy about that, in the sense of like,
I don't blame you.
Should have it, and
you want to keep all your ducks in order, and then if someone's withholding something, even if it's not intentional, it's still
literally any day now it's going to be a problem for us.
Yeah.
Like when I tell you like it could be a problem tomorrow, I'm not exaggerating. Like the next day, 2 days, 3 days, it's going to be an issue. Like I'm not. There's zero exaggeration to that statement. So that alone is a problem. And then because they don't exist anymore, there is even less bandwidth to push through large film projects in all these different counties, because they were aiding in films happening here in Florida, and they would recommend Pinellas County, Hillsborough County, Miami-Dade County, Orange County. Like they literally would recommend, hey, based off of what you're asking for, you should talk to Tyler at the Tampa Film Commission, or you should talk to Lisa in the Pinellas Film County. Like they literally would recommend, which then would help, right? Because some films don't know where they want to go. They want to be in Florida for XYZ reason, right? They want to replicate a beach line.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, you need to talk to Lisa. Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, Pinellas County has some of the best beaches. That's who you need to talk to. Oh, perfect. It's second nature to us to think to go to the beaches right here, but some people don't. They write a whole script. They're getting funded. They got greenlit for a $1.5 million project, and they're like, oh well, my city that I created in this film is a Florida city, and it's meant to replicate that. Where do I go? And they maybe have like 5 beaches that they've thought about, and they reach out to the Florida branch, but now that doesn't exist anymore. So those recommendations. It's funny. Tyler Marinolich in Tampa, he was quoted in some article. I'd have to find it, but he was quoted in some article as saying like, it's as if we put a big close sign on our state by removing the film, the statewide film office.
Oh,
like
wow.
We're closed for business, and it feels that way.
Wow, I can't believe you said that.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all. It feels that way at times. These local entities are doing their best, and they're doing a dang good job. I mean, our Pinellas one they're working. I don't know if it's it's passed just yet, but they're working to increase our local grant money to give back to filmmakers and big projects that are here.
Mm-hmm.
I hope it passes. Sincerely hope it passes. And then when it passes, I would love to see what the increase is. Like, do we see 10 larger projects happening in a year? 5 larger projects? The same? I don't know. But there's only one way to find out, is by seeing how it progresses, right?
I was in Georgia years ago, like maybe 5 years ago, and I went into this production studio, and I was talking to the owner. He just happened to be there, and I didn't know much about Georgia and Atlanta. And I said, what are your thoughts about productions here? Is it busy? This is probably like around the time I wanted to move to Atlanta, which was never going to happen. My wife wouldn't allow it. But he asked me where I'm from. I said Tampa. He said, oh, you're not going to exist as a film industry in 5 years, which we do still, but it's definitely, there's issues. And I asked him why, and he was kind of an a-hole. Like, it wasn't really thrilled that this random guy was walking into his studio and trying to talk to him. He said, "You'll see. Everyone's going to come here. Look at all the movies that are done here." And he was naming at the time big movies.
I mean, they're all there still.
Yeah. I said, okay. And this was probably before the rise of volume walls, or before they were really popular. And the fact that Florida can just be recreated on volume walls, and you don't have to do things here. And there are no, you said there's been no state tax incentives. Mm-hmm. You just said they closed this office. Why wouldn't I just go to Georgia, where there are tax incentives? Mm-hmm. There is all sorts of bonuses for going there. Mm-hmm. They'll fund your marketing. They'll help fund your productions, your set builds. And I could just go to a volume wall and recreate what Florida looks like.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, there's limitations with that. Mm-hmm. However, you can get a decent way into your production that manner. And maybe you just do maybe those, instead of, let's say they have 25 days of principal photography, right? What they'll do is, if it's like super insanely critical to have this Florida element, XYZ, right? Whatever, right? The Miami skyline, actually perfect example. The latest Bad Boys movie, Bad Boys 4, is that what they're on? Bad Boys 4? Idea. Yeah. They shot several scenes in Miami because Miami is their home. To my knowledge, I could be very wrong about this, and I apologize if I am, but to my knowledge, all of production did not take place in Miami.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I heard that as well.
I do not know the math on it. Was it half of production happened in Miami, a quarter, a third, 75%? I don't know the math. But to my knowledge, they did not shoot all of it in Miami, even though quite literally the backdrop of Bad Boys in all the movies is Miami.
Yeah.
That's a problem. If the movie takes place in Miami start to finish and all of the production doesn't happen in Miami start to finish, insert problem. Yeah. Right? Like
this is a wild idea, but I would think in a perfect world you shouldn't be able to use certain city visuals on volume walls. Like, block the ability to do that.
I don't know how that would work.
Copyright it.
That'd be crazy.
Copyright it.
That'd be crazy.
You can't use our skyline if you're not coming to our state to do it.
That'd be crazy.
I mean, could be a bad idea, but
I don't know.
Make it impossible.
They'll just make up fictional cities.
Yeah, they will.
Which has happened. I mean, there's Florida Man, the TV show on Netflix. That takes place in a fictional Florida city.
Yeah. Well.
So
it's a bad idea. But still, you want to see something like happen where you have to come here.
Then the state would just say, well, you can't make up a city in Florida.
Yeah.
They trademark the state.
I mean, so I was kind of out of the know about the tax incentives. I've never really paid too much attention to that. The office is insane. We've been on calls. We've been in the room or the Zoom calls or whatever it is with Film Tampa Bay, with Film St. Pete Clearwater, and we are seeing them pushing to bring some form of incentives. I don't know how they do it, the technical formalities, but for instance,
that tax is a big one.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm seeing right now a bump up in incentives, however they want to help it. I mean, I know there's kind of yellow tape around getting it done, which is a good thing for all intents and purposes. You want to make sure the money goes to the right place. So I'm excited about that. I get the feeling that not enough people know about it.
I hope I get, one or two of those incentives for various jobs. I hope another company down the road does too. Like, seriously, it does help us all. And the local ones that have been here for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, we've put in our work and we're continuing to work. It's not like we're just like, oh, we're done working now. It's like, no, we're hustling daily. Speaking of hustling, I'm gonna get back to work. We're at our time, and
close.
I got things to do.
Final words before we log out of here.
Final words is we do in fact truly wholeheartedly love Tampa Bay, Sarasota region. Tampa Bay, St. Pete, Clearwater. Have nothing but love for the region. We're here for the long haul. We're not going anywhere. That's my final thoughts.
Love it. I totally agree.
All right, my dude. Talk to you in a little bit.
Goodbye.